Now try not to get adhesive on this rag or your gloves. Okay, that rag doesn't like adhesive. So as you can see, there's not a lot of adhesive getting onto my hands. If there is, then you've got to fix up your technique, because we don't want to be wasting and having adhesive everywhere. It just gets onto everything if you do. So just try to manage your excess adhesive, making sure you don't touch areas that have got adhesive laying around, as in around the outside of your circles. Now in this situation where this one is cured, I'll just put that light off. It'll get a little bit of spillover from this one, but not as much energy if it did had it right over above it. We're ready to move on to this section here. What we're going to do is take this quarter and put it there. Now before we do that, we're going to clean it. I'm going to clean a bit of glass here too. Maybe some lint or dust has landed on that before since we've been doing the project. So what we'll do is just remove these. Now I've taken my gloves off because the cleaning fluids will be into it. Bit of cardboard on the ground. I'll do it over this side of the cardboard. I'm just going to wipe all the adhesive off. Flip it over. Try not to get the adhesive on your hands, just on the tissue. Use the old tissues for this, don't use new ones because they're a little bit expensive. A rag. This is some 3M adhesive cleaner, or you can use some shellite. Go here. As you can see, the reason why I've left these two stencils on, so this will line up exactly where we need to put it. And all we need is just a bit of tape across there, hold it into place. And a bit of tape here. Okay, we've gone right around the whole mirror now, and we're on to our last two pieces. Our last stencil. As you can see, the other stencils have been removed, and we're starting to clean them up. As we come around, we're going to bump into bevels that have already been cured, so we don't want to give them an extra cure and make the adhesive a little bit harder to take off. So we'll just put a bit of cardboard over them, shading that area. A little bit of adhesive on there. And down. Okay, now we've bonded the circles onto the glass. The next step's cleaning up. Now this can take a long time if we don't do it properly, or it can take a relatively short period of time. We're going to probably go around here 4 times, and it's going to take between half an hour to 40 minutes to clean this up perfectly. So the first thing we do after we take the stencils off is tissue. Usually rip it in half, the big ones or little ones. Go through and just soak up as much adhesive as you can. Okay, what I'd like to do is the edge of the bevel, between the bevel and where it touches the glass, it's very hard to get right in there, and that's where the adhesive lays. So every time you clean it, you're dragging that adhesive out every time. So what I do is, credit card, I cut it in half. This is for the first one. Wrap it around the tissue and run that around. And this is the first clean. The other tissue just soaks that up. So we try to get our hands moving fast because we've got a fair few bevels to get through, and we try to do it correctly the first time so we don't have to go over it again and again. It takes a little bit of practice, but what we're trying to do is get that adhesive out there. Now we have to change tissue. Okay, the next step, we've gone through and used just tissues and that half plastic credit card. The next one we're going to use some solvents. We've either got shellite, which you can get from hardware stores, pretty common product, or the 3M adhesive remover or cleaner, which you get from a 3M dealer. We're going to use a razor blade and 2 tissues, the same technique. Now what I've done, I've filled this little container up with our chemical, and I'm going to start here. Always start at a spot and work, so you know exactly where you've started and then where you're going to finish. So what I do is I'll use the chemical to remove any adhesive. Now the razor blade is going to get in there a little bit tighter than our credit card. We don't want to use the razor blade on the glass itself, so the tissue is always between the razor blade and the glass. We've used the solvents to go right round. Now the last step, this is the 3rd time round, you may need another step after this depending on how accurate you are, is window cleaner. This is just a window cleaner. This is a commercial window cleaner which has a touch of degreaser in it, which is quite good, seems to work quite well. you can get it from us, or you can try to get your local chemical supply cleaner and tell them you want some window cleaner to remove some acrylic adhesive. Now what we do, we just do a little bit slower this one, and so this is our final clean around our bevels. I usually spray a little bit on, just a very small touch, go around the edges. You'll see that. And what I'm trying to do is get the light reflecting back at me, and it'll show me any smear marks. Rightio, we're putting the glass back in. And be very careful. There's a little rubber block that the glass sits in. Push it in. Make sure they're on the little rubber blocks, and then you're in far enough for your glazing to go back in. Okay. What we do now is we get our glazing channel, make sure it goes the right way. You can check with the other ones. Bit of detergent water on that. The detergent helps it slip in. We push it down, we go about halfway, then we put the bottom in. The reason why we don't go all the way down in one go is that you'll end up with a really long piece of rubber at the end. So we start at the top, bottom, and push it up, and we'll get a bit of a bulge there in the middle. Sometimes it's quite a large bulge, but you can work on it, force it in. What that does is makes the rubber thicker, so it holds the glass in. I'll try this side here, some detergent water, get it the right way. Again, if you're not sure on the whole process, get a glazier to do this for you. Being a pool fence, it would have to be secure. Now, when you take panels away from pool fences, make sure that the area is secure so children can't get in. Make sure it's on those rubber blocks. And we get that big loop. Just work it, tuck it in, pushing it in, making sure that it's all in. Once it's on, tissue, you can see a lot more now, things that you've missed in your cleanup. What I've done, I've labelled it number 2 down there. I'll have to go around the other side and clean that off. So then I put this back in the number 2 slot. You'll be amazed that with balustrading, different sections are all different sizes, so the glass needs to go back into its right size. There we have it.